Broadcasting from Slough. Streaming around the world.
This is Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
Atom Radio. Oh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
The podcast.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Welcome to episode 156 of the best bits of the Atom Radio Breakfast Show, the podcast. I feel I probably should have put reverb on for that, but I didn't. So maybe that's an idea that goes back in the bag for next week. It's Halloween weekend, so trick or treat in advance if you're listening on Saturday. And if you are listening on Sunday, actual trick or treat. And if you're listening after Halloween weekend, well, just forget it. On the way this week, we've got picture versus reality. We've got things that would ruin a meal, social media reactions, terrible stuff that goes wrong in translation. We've got stuff that you would make tax-free, and then day later, a reaction to that. And also we say thank you to Steve Lee for a joke that he used, and then WhatsApped me and said, feel free to steal it. So, I did. Here comes the podcast for this week.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Morning then, Mark Denholm at breakfast on Atom Radio, 7 minutes to 7 o'clock. Worryingly, a new study reveals that more than half of British kids aren't eating with a knife and fork. What are they eating with then? Imagine if you give them spaghetti bolognese. You're not telling me they're just picking that up with their hands. Surely not.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
I am sensing that whilst it's half term, you may not be in a normal serious mood today, judging by my email inbox. Today I ask, what would be better in picture format rather than in reality? This is because Tesco in some stores has started using pictures of items that they don't have, right? Asparagus, carrots, fruit and veg and that. And another one store in Cambridge used 2D pictures of washing liquids after it appears that they ran out of them. Tesco, however, goes on to say that it's nothing to do with the supply chain challenges and they have plenty of supply chain and everything remains strong, right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you could probably sell fruit and veg and washing liquid for actual money. I don't think anyone's going to buy a cardboard picture of some asparagus, or I don't really think a 2D picture of washing up liquid will really be of much help when it comes to doing the washing. Today I asked though, what would be better in picture format than in reality? And I know that this is a bit cheeky, but this is the one that I've struggled to hold on to. Morning, Paul. Paul says, my date of the weekend would definitely have been better in picture format than in reality, and certainly was better in picture format on Tinder than in reality, and in fact was barely recognisable. Now, Paul, beauty of course is in the eye of the beholder. But I know exactly what you're saying, mate.
Mark Denholm.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
6:16 morning then, Tuesday. It's Atom Radio, online, on mobile, on smart speaker. And this is Mark Denholm, loud, proud and standing out from the crowd. People with socially awkward personalities tend to be more loyal to their friends and faithful when in a relationship. I can certainly understand the second bit of that. If you're awkward with your friends, then you're not really going to be that awkward and able to be unfaithful in a relationship, are you?
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
4 minutes to 7 o'clock morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Have you ever wondered why Super Mario wears a hat? No, me neither. But now that I know, I can share it with you. Super Mario wears a hat because his creator, Shigeru Miyamoto even, couldn't draw hair. There you are. I did not know that. I just thought Super Mario wore a hat because he was cool. It's me, Mario.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Today I ask you what for you would ruin a meal. As in, what being added to that meal would ruin a meal. And Tina emails on air at atomradio.co.uk if you would like to get involved. And me and Tina, we share, it would appear, a common hatred. And that is mayonnaise. Tina's saying, I find it so difficult when you go to any of the places that do these sandwich meal deals at lunch. I'm talking Tesco, I'm talking Asda, I'm talking Boots, and I'm talking places like that. I don't like mayonnaise, and there's so many sandwiches that I can't have because all I want is basically maybe chicken and a bit of salad. See, you go a bit further than me, Tina. I wouldn't even have the salad, if I'm honest. It's not for me, the salad, but I guess you can remove, can't you? If they've shoved a bit of rabbit food in there, you can just like open the bread and remove that. They've put mayonnaise in there. It is, to all intents and purposes, polluted with the mayonnaise. And that's the thing. I mean, obviously, if you go to Subway, for example, you can have a sub and you have it freshly made for you. And I know that it was Baker's Oven used to do it. Most of the Baker's Ovens are now Greggs, aren't they? But they used to make sandwiches for you, or indeed baguettes for you. If you asked nicely, they would make one for you. Whereas nowadays, they're all pre-packed. They all arrive and they're all pre-packed, and you just take what you can get. Tina, I am with you 100% on that.
Mark Denholm.
atomradio.co.uk.
Morning. Mark Denholm at breakfast, 6:25. If you are a shopper and you love that Swedish store, IKEA, as they call it, or as you and I would, IKEA, there's going to be a new one opening. Not entirely certain, though, about the location. I'm just wondering where the park and collect will be for this store. Given that what they're doing is they're turning the old Topshop store on Oxford Street into a mega 6th-floor IKEA. Where are you going to get the goods from, though? Because like when you go to IKEA, you go wandering round, then there's a bit where you can just pull up and pick up your stuff, isn't there? Where are they going to do that? On Oxford Street? Or are you expected to put like a whole bedroom suite or something on the tube and take it home that way? Can you imagine that? Please do not block the doors and cause delay. I'm sorry, there's only 3 more boxes to come.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
I want to kick off your emails today. I'm asking you, Facebook has been accused of using the emojis when you react, and one of the emojis apparently ranks 5 times higher in the algorithm than should you just like a post, right? So if you go in and you like it, you'll get less traction and less exposure in your own newsfeed from that than if you were to love it or hate it or care for it or whatever. I asked you today if you could add an emoji to Facebook's list of reactions, what would it be? Morning, Mick. How are you? Mick says, morning, Marky. I think you know which one I'm going to suggest, and it would involve a digit being extended. I love the way Mick's taken the time to word that without actually saying, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And sometimes there are, aren't there? Like when you see like some hypocritical baloney shared on Facebook and you just think, yeah, do you know what? Mick's idea would be a good one. I like that, Mick. Very, very good indeed. Love it. Morning, Sally as well. Sally goes on to say, I find Facebook is okay. Twitter, though, is the one that I struggle with because they only have a like. And obviously on Facebook, if somebody announces something sad, you can use the care emoji, the hugging one. But on Twitter, if you want to acknowledge somebody's post without replying to it, and it's a sad topic, the only thing you can do is heart it. You can like it. That's all you can do. And you know what, Sally? Thinking about it, you have a point as well. And if we take Sally's point one step further, what about Instagram? You can only like on Instagram, can't you? Double tap or click the heart, and that's all you can do on Instagram as well. So if somebody shares a picture, you know, of their beloved pet who's passed away at the age of 18 or whatever, the only thing you can do is like it. Why would you like somebody's pet passing away?
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Today we're talking social media, and we're talking specifically Facebook. And if you could add your own custom reaction, like they've got like and love and angry and care, and I can't remember them all now, but they have many of them. But you always think, I wish there was a reaction. And I asked today if you could create your own custom reaction that you could use in Facebook when the need occurs. What would it be? Morning, Tom. Tom says, well, what about a cigarette reaction, as in smoking, when somebody posts a smoking hot picture? I don't know really quite how that would be interpreted. I mean, like, you imagine somebody does post a smoking hot picture, as you've called it, Tom. How would they take it, though? I mean, it may look like you're just thinking, oh, that's rubbish, I want to burn it. I don't know now whether that would work or not, but it's an idea, and if you could create your own one, then I suppose that'd work. I mean, I don't know how difficult it would be. I'm not a coder, and I don't know how difficult it would be for Facebook to write a bit of code where you could add your own emoji as a reaction rather than like, love, and whatever it is, the ones that they have that you're stuck with. Maybe you could write your own. I don't know. It's probably not that difficult, but then the other issue you've got is not everybody understands the emojis, do they? The ones that Facebook use are quite easy to understand. The like, the love, and the care, and that, and the angry, quite easy to understand. But then if you were able to just react with your own, which I suppose you could do by posting in the comments, if you were to just react with your own emoji, what if the person doesn't understand what the emoji is? Then we have a problem. You see, it's not quite as easy now as I thought that it might be. And that's a bit frustrating now, because I may have ruined my own question. On air at atomradio.co.uk, Wednesday morning's question: if you could create your own Facebook reaction to a status or a photo or anything like that, what would your reaction be?
Mark Denholm.
Morning.
6:16. This is Mark Denholm on Atom Radio, on atomradio.co.uk, TuneIn Radio Box, Streamer, Smart Speaker, and iTunes Radio. Finally, yesterday, tensions boiled over. Second protest of the week from Insulate Britain, this time on the A40 in Acton, and also on the Dartford Crossing approach in Kent as well. One protester ended up yesterday covered in ink as well. I was looking at social media yesterday, though, and I was going through looking at the top posts on this, searching out Insulate Britain. One even said, why don't we just blast them with the water cannons, while another said, why don't we just throw our excrement at them? I don't know about whoever posted that. I don't generally tend to carry mine around with me.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
16 after 7 morning. Welcome to Thursday. It's Mark Denholm online, on mobile, on smart speaker, banging out anthems and playing the music you hear, you want to hear even, and indeed the music you hear if you are listening, I guess, but that's twice in 2 days now. I've got our very own slogan wrong. Tesco in Aberystwyth in Wales made a blunder on a sign in a Welsh language this day 7 years ago. It was supposed to advertise free money from the station's cash point. Instead, it read free erections. That may be slightly different. And they say that money can't buy happiness.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
Atom Radio online, on mobile, on smart speaker. It's Mark Denholm at breakfast on Thursday. Earlier on today, I asked you if you could be Chancellor of the Exchequer in my government and remove taxation from one thing, what would it be? I've had a thought, although it may not work if it was my government and I was the Prime Minister. But my thought is remove income tax for everyone but MPs. That's my thought. And then let them carry the burden for a change, rather than you and me carrying the burden here. When we work hard, we pay income tax and it keeps them in salaries.
Mark Denholm.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
6:25 morning then. Welcome to Friday. It's Mark Denholm at breakfast. Cast your mind back to yesterday, and I gave you yesterday the opportunity to be the Chancellor of the Exchequer, right? And I said to you that you could remove tax from anything that you wanted, something you used, something you did, something you ate, something you drank, what would it be that you made tax-free? And we had some fun with it. But then I've got an email that came in yesterday as well from Robert that says, while I enjoy your show, yesterday's question was just silly. If you remove the tax off of everything, how are we going to fund things like education, the police and the NHS? Now, Robert, it's only a bit of fun. I'm not the Prime Minister. Can't actually make people the Chancellor of the Exchequer. It was only ever a bit of fun. But thank you so much, though, Robert, for your email yesterday.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Morning. Welcome to Friday. It's Mark Denham Breakfast on Atom Radio. Word is that the chief executive of IKEA is going into politics in his home country. Should he win a general election, though, he's quite excited because his first job will be to build his cabinet. I can't take credit for that, by the way. My friend Steve Lee used that one, but thank you, Steve.
atomradio.co.uk.
Here's a kind man, is Steve Lee, because he comes up with these brilliant jokes. He's one of the funniest people I know, right, to be honest. And he just doesn't see it. But he's one of the funniest people I know. And he comes up with these brilliant jokes, and I laughed my head off at that. The build his cabinet joke, right? Laughed my head off at it. And he just said me, feel free to steal it. So I have. Thanks very much, Steve. That's very, very kind of you. Episode 156 of the podcast wraps up now. Don't forget you can subscribe if you go back to the page where the social media feeds led you. There are links to all of the podcasts app, Apple Podcasts and Google and Deezer and Spotify and more. You can subscribe to this here shambolic offering, which comes out every Saturday. And if you like this shambolic offering of the best bits, then when you subscribe, you'll automatically be notified in your favourite podcast app on your listening device that a new episode is ready. So there you go. You can do you a favour and me a favour by subscribing.
Atom Radio. Playing the music you want to hear.
That's business wrapped up for this week. Thank you as always for listening. Check out the show live Monday to Friday 6 till 10 atomradio.co.uk. Tune in, Radio Box, Streamer, Smart Speaker and iTunes Radio.
Atom